Thing is, these units are all going to be somewhat fast. Let's do this, and let's do that. And then give him the feeling, because if I locked in a second speed lead, I would have lost Purion 100%. But if I lock in a weird unit, he probably bans this. Yay. And now I can gamble that the Purion is faster than those. Probably is not, but at least I can gamble that. Yo, what's up guys? We did already manage to get P1 rank, but there's something I want to talk about, getting this P1 rank and how to achieve it, and then I'll show you the matches. Yesterday I uploaded my video with a little bit of a rage bait title right there, that this account has a faster speed set than you, which, looking at the comment section, definitely did work out for the rage bait right there. So we have some comments over here, claimers like, yeah, but I farm for a month, but I never get a speed rune. Well, let me talk you how you get actual speed runes a bit more quicker than you're normally doing right now. Because they are saying, for example, like, I've been farming for 3 hours per day. It's like, yeah, but this account was running it for 12 to 16 hours per day. So let me explain a little bit where the runes and kind of stuff comes. Because it's one of those things like, oh, you can claim like, oh, I have a gym membership since 2017, but I only go once per half a year and I don't make any gains. What the fuck is happening? Shit, genetics. And I guess genetics is then relating towards the RNG or something. I don't know, but you kind of get it, right? You gotta actually effectively go to the gym, eat the right diet to see progress. Same as in this game, sure, you don't have control over the RNG, you don't have control over the genetics, but you do have control over a lot of things of where you spend your resources, how you spend your resources. And sure, you can claim, I don't have that many crystals to farm through for 12 to 16 hours. That definitely does make a lot of sense. In the early game, you do get a good bit of crystals, and I farmed through most of them, so now I'm out of those crystals as well. But that is where you start working into your siege, your world guild battle, your arena, all of the content. If you clear all content, you get the most amount of free-to-play crystals out there to get more resource, to actually use more resource. If you're not using all of that, you're not progressing as much. So sure, you might not be wanting to invest in the best diet out there, or the gym membership with the best equipment, but there's still a lot of ways to do calisthenics and other shit. I have no clue why I'm making so many gym references. But I guess that makes people understand, right? If you have resources coming in, do you upgrade certain things? Because let's look at this 100 base unit right now. This is my fastest rune on the slot 4. I can tell you this rune started with a +4. Do you keep all of your +4s? That is a big question. Also, another big question is, do you keep your +4s, for example, like this, or your +5s? Because in the end, a lot of y'all people would sell this. But if your rune quality is by highest, the rune here on the left, I can tell you that this rune could improve your fastest set. It's most likely not going to, but if you don't try it, it will never actually do it. And that is one of those things. I actually, on this account, unfortunately, don't have an example where my fast set is actually based on a broken set. But that is just simply one of those things that you have to keep in mind. You gotta give everything a try to actually roll into speed. And that is not just for speed. I also have a few weird runes, like something like this over here. This rune doesn't have any speed at all. Is it in particular a very good rune? No. Will it be used for something at some point? Yes. Would have a lot of people sold this because there's no speed on it? Also yes. And that is just where you're missing out on the rune. And sure, by all means, it doesn't look like much right now. But if we were to at least give this an upgrade, okay, don't have any speeds on these right now, but the thing is, the moment you start putting the grinds to it, then it's when a rune comes together. And can I deny that this account is lucky? Absolutely not. This account is definitely lucky. I do have 2 speed quads on it already, which are definitely very, very rare, which is definitely a true thing right there, 100%. On an early game account, you get a lot of crystals. This account actually farmed down crystals. You can check previous videos to the current video. I had about 12 to 13k crystals in some of those videos. I farmed all of that down within just a few days of 12 to 16 hours of farming a day. I have the time where I can have my phone on all the time to actually farm that kind of stuff. Not everyone has that luxury, of course, but therefore you can make very fast progression. And now it's going to slow down by quite a bit because I just have to do a Mirror's Luck, I just have to do Scout Battling, and I don't have that many more crystals anymore. But this is the fast set. But let me also tell you that we can make this fast set on 2 different occasions, because we can also make this fast set with only one of the 2 quads, which is going to be like this right here. And if I get a speed upgrade on this, I could even do a +1 speed while also only using 1 quad. And then let's say that we did not have this quad over here, then we would have to work with something like this. And then we would be looking at the 201 set. So breaking the 200 barrier in a 3 weeks old account is not hard at all. If you're breaking a 210 barrier in 3 weeks, that's going to be a little bit harder. That's why you need quads. But a 200 set or 205 set or even a 207 set that I'm showing right here, You don't need any quads. And the heroes already bring you pretty far because in the end, as I mentioned before, this, which is my fastest rune on this account, started off as a +4. So sure, you can blame the genetics and sure, you can blame the RNG that someone else is progressing faster than you. But you can also look at like, okay, I have these genetics, I have decent RNG. What can I actually do for me to make it work to the best extent I have? And that is not by selling everything. And that is also not by getting a gym membership and then actually never going to the gym. Plus, unit-wise, it's also very important to know what are you working with and what units can extend to that. And therefore, the moment I picked up the Amber, I went for the tricks and that combination worked absolutely goated. And in the end, keep in mind, I'm not here to bully you. It's like, oh, you guys all suck and I'm so much better or anything like that. Not the case. I'm trying to help you out to actually progress as fast. But in the end, a semi-rage bait title did kind of help out to get a little bit more attraction for it and a little bit more comments of people being like, you fucking lucksack, you suck, you douchebag. Yeah, I don't care what you say. Like, I've been doing this shit too long, man, but it's funny to read. Thank you very much. Also, of course, very lucky. I did pull the Daniel, but as you can see in the matches that I did, I barely actually used Daniel because I think he's kind of a mediocre unit. So, yes, you can be salty if like, say he's an employee pulled like an LD5. It's not even used because it's not that good. And that's the thing as well. If you pull your LD5, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a good LD5. Is it an LD5 nevertheless, and is it lucky? True, it is. Would it have been a lot better if it was a Valeska? Also true. Would it have been a lot worse if it was a pure vanilla cookie on light? Also true. So there's a lot of truth to that statement. Let me know in the comments if you completely disagree or agree with the analysis that I just made. And enjoy the matches of how I got myself to P1. It is not bad if he bans out this thing though. Plus your hit on that is a little bit harder to land. But it might be that it's just the Tetra that you get over here for free. Okay, that actually makes my life really easy. That's just Oblivion on the Veramos and Rikuchi. Sir, you have a speed lead over here. You're C3 level. You should know this shit. That defense lead of the Feng Yanger doesn't work. Hey, not sure what kind of runes you put on that thing, but speed ain't part of it. Take you out. HP definitely part of it though. You know what else is part of it? You did! And you did. And everyone else also did. Pulling a Hey Gang on this account will also be really good. I'm actually, if I'm buying elemental scrolls, I'm actually low-key buying water scrolls for a Hey Gang. If I wanted to focus on RTA, I should pick up a Hey Gang rather than picking up a Lamila. But then again, I will get P1 at some point and never play RTA until the next season where I also get P1. So plus Lamila in this comp actually would be decent too. Instead, a Hey Gang would do better against like this kind of shit. Buying scrolls over Conqueror Wings is a crime, not gonna lie. I think buying Conqueror Wings is a crime. That shit has so absolutely no value in my opinion. I think we go for this. And I think I'm not scared of this. Like, I couldn't make Shumar damage for dear life as well. Like, this thing did like 8 or 9k at the start, which I'm actually kind of surprised about. It really doesn't look that much worse for attack and crit damage than my normal Shumar. Except that the artifact's just way worse. No relics on this account? I do have relics, but if your unit is not level 40, you cannot place a relic. By the way, you're outsped. Ooh, but you're not stripped, which isn't that great. At least you're Oblivion. But I would have liked to see you on a strip. As I mentioned, that putting damage on that is actually kind of hard. You would die to those dots already. You were just gonna peel. Good old stun. And then remove that shit. Or not. Haha, skill 1 also strips. And then Purion hit. Purion is so nice. Yeah, Shumar damage I already expected. Like making damage on the Shumar, even if you build it Swift, which I also did, it's really not that easy. And everyone, par for days. You can handle that hit. Also, a Feng Yang this early game, you're not gonna have the artifacts to make Feng Yang deal damage. Like, that's also definitely a thing for if you're looking at early game units that are early game good. If you need artifacts for a unit, it's already like 5 times harder to make that unit good. Bangles of Oblivion. Yeah, but then still his artifacts fully work, right? And then it still did like absolute like 600 per hit. That means no artifacts. Okay, same guy. He does know that Purion is fast right now. He wasn't speed contesting me anyway, so the Purion wasn't really a necessity. Okay, goes for Chiwu this time. Do I outspeed this Chiwu on equal grounds? No, not on a 21 lead. Oh, that actually kind of sucks. We could kind of deviate from drafts and go in for like a Veramos, because Veramos is good against all of this. The Veramos is also very creative. Swift. Actually, if you look at the stats and you don't look at the Swift part and energy, it actually, for stats, it looks not that bad. Vertihill work. I don't really like Vertihill into a potential glancing. And what do we remove? I do expect to play without Amber. You do mess up you. If you don't play, I would mess you up regardless, I guess. I think that you're not that big a deal for me as well. I think I have to remove one of those two. I bent correct. Still got the defense lead. It's funny that both of y'all have defense lead though. Plus we still have Purion, so we do outspeed. And then Amber goes. Trix goes. Hee 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 hee. I think that was also a Veramos from himself, or a Chiwu from himself, because the Chiwu was actually faster. Okay, and we drop some heal blocks. Disappeared. Like fucking Harry Potter disappeared. You dead, son. Chiwu had a skin? Good point, good point. Oh, he was level 90 though. How are you level 90 and that try-harding that you have a skin already? That kind of... Well, some people just go straight into RTA. That is definitely an option. For the people that might say, my draft is not really that creative, well, suck a zock. It's kind of hard to draft with 5 units in your box. I think I can control you enough, but controlling you might be hard because your S2 has to actually activate and land, especially if it's removed. And the rest of y'all, I should probably outspeed. Why am I doing defense lead all the time if I might as well just crit rate lead because it's 1 turn match over? Ritsu is cool, he's just useless as fuck. Ritsu, I always classified Ritsu as a Oliver without a speed lead, which I would say in all honesty is pretty accurate. And we do some of this. We did not land that much on the Veramos. Or not the Veramos, this thing on here on the left. Okay, that dies, that dies. Look at the attack bar gain of the Purion. Purion fucking laps that whole unit. And I don't even have the skill up on the Purion yet to get extra attack bar. Because he's supposed to get 5% extra attack bar on that. It's so stupid though. Sure, the Veramos is or not the Veramos, the Velajul is pretty slow unit. But that is a something. Okay, next one I have to win 6. So we already promoted to Conqueror 3. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will have issues. Okay, doesn't lock in a second speed lead as of so far. Ooh, do we care about that? Douglas is nasty though. Thing is, these units are all going to be somewhat fast. Let's do this and let's do that. And then give him the feeling, because if I locked in a second speed lead, I would have lost Purion 100%. But if I lock in a weird unit, he probably bans this. Yay. And now I can gamble that the Purion is faster than those two fuckers. Probably is not, but at least I can gamble that. Probably not a good gamble though, but there's at least something to gamble for. I outspeed his ass. I do fully outspeed his ass. Then a big question, where do we send skills? Okay, that thing kind of tanky. Yeah, issue is I still have to find this this thing over there, which is not gonna be easy. And we kind of land this. We kind of didn't land that. You can send that on you, but actually only on you. I think the Schumer should maybe have a good match into that. Okay, that actually did hurt a lot more than I thought it would. I think I'll save that more for a late game fight. Well, let's take you out. If he's smart, he's gonna attack break the Schumer. He did attack break the Schumer. Ooh, resisted on that. Let's do this. And let's do this. And let's do this. I think we just send this. And then we just see from here. Critter. That's not that much damage. Yo, you're healing too much, bro. You're healing too much. Should I send your skill? You had like 7, and now Schumer has a lot more attack. There's someone that's gonna crit your ass. It's Schumer! Fuck. Furion skill! Yo, that guy was so hard outdrafted. He mad. He hella mad. Double speed lead already. With a Tiana. Yikes. Well, how fast would a Tiana be, in all honest? Also, he doesn't have that much damage threat. Okay, there the damage threat. I could ban out the Tiana, but how much value does that give for me? I think it might be decent because he doesn't have that many single target strips. Kind of. And we have the opportunity of seeing a Purion in action one more time. Wait, you are Will, right? Yeah. No, wait. Ah, fuck, you're also non-Will. Why is that Layla non-Willed? Some twist. No, I would have outsped, but the Oliver is swift. No, are you an idiot? Okay. 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 Okay, maybe that was not the greatest, but... Silence? Sure, that thing did all he had to do. I guess if you misplay really badly, you get promoted by RNG or something. Can we land Cleanse Block? Thank you. Because I like you not moving. You look way better that way. Not moving. Exactly like this. Very good. Keep that. Keep that in mind. You Locksack the living hell out of me? Wait, me? Is it Locksack if your enemy is an absolute potato and a Benny opponent? Is that a Locksack? Okay, I did stun the, what's it called, that thing over there. But then again, I had one opportunity for silence, and I had 2 opportunities for despair stun. So, was it that bad? You get G1 trust. I think I will lose this match. That's what I trust in. What can we do? He does only have 1 strip, actually. Wait. Isn't this the perfect scenario for Damn Daniel? That is the perfect Damn Daniel. And also the moment that I really hated that you are off will. Okay, he also, like, by far outsped me. Allowed. He's also not smart. He should have S1'd on this and then squalled that. And he should have also not done that skill because that's also pretty much useless. Thing is, Daniel, I think we're gonna get disappointed in how much value Daniel can do right now. Unless Daniel has a lot of good stunts. Yeah, Daniel value is kind of like, It's kind of there, but also kind of not really there. Also, fun fact, he did not reset the Daniel yet. Fine, he just provoked it. Man, if this Oliver wasn't proccing and landing this much, if you were just willed, oh, life would have been so good, man. You are... Yep, you have that, so that's not that great for you. I think we take you... Oh, no, it's kind of bad. I think you're kind of close to skills. If we were to proc back, I would have had skills available. Because you actually take 1 extra turn on getting that shit back. If this Oliver just missed 1 thing ever, it would be so nice. Can we brand this? Do we get enough bar? Ah, not enough bar. That sucks. Man, I'm getting so hardcore Oliver over here. It's sad. Please proc once! Mate. I have despair on that, fire on that. Didn't get a single fucking thing ever. Man, we could have won this. We could have absolutely won this. But yeah, Daniel, not a big fan. Not a big fan. It's also the Daniel did not stun the Oliver. If the Daniel stunned the Oliver, match would have also been over. Imagine if Daniel was good. Yeah, that's the thing. One of the comments when I pulled Daniel was like, oh, look, a whole bunch of people salty over, say, pulling another, like, below mid-tier LD5. Like, that's actually kind of accurate. But if this thing was just simply willed, his draft was so bad, I would have, like, smashed him super hard. To be honest, most LD5s are kind of ass. That part is pretty darn true, actually. I'm somewhat tempted to give Daniel a try. Well, actually, Daniel next to this would be good. But then the thing is, then they just straight up ban the Daniel and it's bad, so... Doogie loss. Okay, you're 100% banning the Amber in that case. So I think we're gonna go for this. And this might be a horrible match depending on how much I can land from your... It really depends like how much Oblivion I can spread to everything. I do have high accuracy on you, right? 73 should be kind of good enough. But yeah, the Ragdoll might be pretty darn annoying. Same for that Vermo or Verdiel. That's kind of a something. That's kind of a something. Okay. Think low key, it's more value to do this. I think I'm gonna start spreading from you. That's actually a really good spread, not gonna lie. It's too bad that the Vert takes a turn. That's kind of good. No, wait, Vert takes a turn and he shakes it off pretty much. Fuck. Wait, do you take a turn? You take a turn. That's great. Do I want to wait with your... Yeah, I think I'll wait. Just gonna do this. Send you back, hopefully. Not really, apparently. Fuck that counter. Let's spread this somewhere. Ooh, that's a really good one. That's actually pretty good. Not sure if you have skills. No, you already wasted it. I have skills right now. Fucking ragdolls. I think we kind of do like this. That's very, very good. Okay, we can win this. We can win this. You also did everything you had to. Those don't help anymore, boy. Those don't help anymore, boy. Yeah, we should win this. GG's! Fuck! Yo, Ragdoll, comp. So we have to win 4 more to get towards P1. 77 win rate. 4 wins to go to get to P1. Let's see if we can do that in exactly 4 matches. 2 P1 in under 50 matches. That would be really insane. But the moment I lose one, it's gonna get more than that. Let's just see if the matches get any harder from this point on, though. Okay, this guy, it was P1 last season. He's taking a bit of time on his first pick, so I'm not sure if we're looking at an AFKer. So that could always be a thing. AFKers are free wins. Just gotta stall out for 7 turns. 5 turns, whatever it is. Let's see if this guy is just full on autoing. Okay. Heinzer is rocking in some kind of... I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to rock up some kind of cleave. Do we have some anti-cleave shenanigans going in? I could triple revenge your Vert. I think I will go Kinky, because the interaction of the two of you is that Kinky will give a death break, if there's no will at least. But I think he will just full on auto. Yeah, he has a full on auto team where he could potentially clear within 1 rotation, which is fairly dangerous. I think the Purion is not gonna help us here. If I want to survive 5 turns, I think the best I can do is then probably this. It's gonna be somewhat dangerous, but let's see if we can survive 5 turns. Maybe I should have added in a healer. This is like the moment you would like to have like an Amduat or so, or no, not an Amduat. Well, Amduat would have been decent. Not Bellio or something. Oh, I actually, if he doesn't S3, I would lap. Okay, does go for defense. That does count as 2 turns, by the way. Just kind of scared of your damage. Does go for skill 3. Do we get counter? No counter. That's kind of bad. That's kind of bad. But how far can he actually kill Kinky, though? I think we would just time him out on the Kinky. That is actually a 5-hat strategy to just try to get people to time out on the Kinky. Okay, we do land this. I think he's still S3s. So it's S3, S3, and you already took 2 turns. So I don't think you kill the Kinky. You would probably kill everything else. Yep. Yeah, I think the Kinky in this box actually makes it where you can always win these cleave comps. Because Kinky just survives that shit. And victory. Yeah, just like if you see someone timing out, this guy nearly got to P1 rank with autoing. People, if you play these kind of people, only thing you do is pick the Kinky, because Kinky can actually win that shit. You just have to stall them out for 5 turns. But this guy almost got to P1 with that. That is dangerous, that is speed contesting, and I don't really have proper speed contest that much. Okay, definitely going cleave. Fairly cleave, fairly cleave. This is where it would be nice that you would have actual runes. But I think I'll go back to the Kinky again. It's kind of nice anti-cleave. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. He does do a lot of damage. I don't expect Purion to outspeed any of this. That is for sure. I'm not sure if I can survive a hit from you neither. You would definitely do a good bit of damage too. I think I'll just go for this, and I think he will ban that out. I think I might actually do this. Okay, I was hoping that for a ban. So the Tiana moves, you move, I could get a counter or a counter from you. Because of the counter from you, you will get some bar. It's not that much though. Say your favorite French streamer. I'm pretty sure I'm not French. How do you get fast runes? Little silly question. That's forever farming, both stuck on re-upping and stuff. Just get lucky, I guess, or get good, or both. Counter? Oh, no counter. And also no hit on that. That is too bad. Wait, no counter as well? Wait, how much damage do you have? Okay, we do counter on that right now, which... Not really the one that's... Well, okay, it's a something. I was reset. At least we can do this for a bit. You already did do your first skill, so let's get something. Oh, that's kind of good, kind of good. That is more damage than I was expecting from that. That is kind of fine. Man, Kinky is so good for the anti-cleaves. Yo, if you get cleaved in this, just pick up the free Kinky. That is insane. You're just murdering people with a free Kinky, man. Not bad, not bad. Okay, 2 more wins, 2 more wins. But actually, just to be fair, like, I just read the most salty comment under my video as well. Someone's like, such an arrogant thing to say that just farm giants and you're not farming giants, because I farm giants all the time, but I'm never getting good upgrades. Well, to be honest, do you only upgrade Swift runes, or do you upgrade everything? Because in the end, this is a broken rune, and this is a broken rune. So most of my speed comes from the broken set. Getting a 207 on this shouldn't be that hard. You just need a... If this was a higher one, this could easily be like 22, 23 as well. Then this doesn't need to be a quad, and then this pretty much doesn't need to be a quad. If, let's say both of these are 23s, then I don't need the 2 quads over there. So you just need 23 average. It's not that crazy, right? Second will, and this spare quad is crazy. That is kind of true, though. That is definitely kind of true. But hey, this is a lucky account. Well, that's also a thing. Like, playing now for 3 weeks, getting 14k crystals, because that's how much crystals I got from the beginner whole thing, whatever nonsense. I got about 13 to 14k free crystals. That shit is worth more in farming value than it is to farm for a whole year about 3 years ago. That is how much value you get from these kind of things these days, which is just insane. I'm not really liking the monkey, and I'm not really liking you, but I think I'd rather like you than you. And I think I will add in my own speed lead as well. This could be somewhat annoying against his units. Or I'm also kind of feeling value for you, or even you. No, we're gonna drop... Are we gonna drop in the LD5? We're gonna drop in the LD5er. Well, maybe a speed lead would have been actually better over here. But yeah, America's luck is crazy. Scout battling is crazy. Like, that's the thing. Like, people are saying, it's like, oh, I play for like 6 years and I don't have X, Y, or Z's. Like, sorry, but the first 3-4 years that you played have very little value to you taking a break for 2 months right now. Like, you taking a break for a month or 2 months right now is the same as saying, instead of 6 years playing, you only played 4 years or 3 years. Like, that's how much of a big difference that is. And we still are fast. Can we land that? We can kind of land that, but there is one issue though. I kind of have to silence this. Okay, we did get a cleanse block, so at least heal blocks are here to remain, which is good. Can we just do this? That is really good. That is yes. Proc on that. Kill. Ah, He did also proc on that one. Okay, well, I did proc on 2 already. Okay, did not land that properly, but I think I have to take you out, if anything. That's a good stun. I think we take you out with this. I think his winning condition is still the NFL doing crazy shit. Take you out, and then take Yo out. What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do? Gonna get shit on by Purion. Nice-oo, nice-oo. Okay, that means we're only... Wait, that guy was actually... He was already ranked. He was low ranked though, but he was already ranked in the P ranks. I do feel like newer accounts are set up for catch-up mechanic. I'm not sure if new accounts are more lucky, but it could be. I just feel in general that some accounts are just more lucky than others. And this guy is also already P1. Could be annoying to play against. I'm not sure if my matchmaking ranking is just high enough right now that I only have to play into P1 guys right now. 14k crystals. Yeah, that is also a thing, right? You do get a shit ton of crystals. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be liking fighting that dude, but sure. I think we're still rocking the Purion. I do already have the slow from you. Oh, yes, that. Okay, these guys are actually starting to have some more proper drafts. Yeah, definitely a bit more on the proper draft side. Do we go this and ban out NFL? Is that going to be game plan? Don't think it is a bad plan, huh? You win one from P1, you get to beat someone in low P1 to get to P1. Yeah, I guess it would make sense, though. Would make sense. I don't think I would outspeed a speed lead Schumer. I would be very surprised about that. I farmed C3 for 2 weeks. I believe that. I believe that. Yep, Schumer does outspeed me. Does he go for this? This thing is not that... Okay, that one I don't mind as much. Let's go for this. Let's go for that. Unfortunately, no stuns. Is he gonna stun this? He should be aiming for that. Ooh, that's quite the risk of the play. Okay, do we send on you or on you? Or even on the Schumer? Oh, there's so many good units to do this on right now. I think we do on you. Oh, we missed that. We missed that. Fuck. That's so bad. That is actually so bad. Okay, you only have S1, so I think I'm gonna do this. I will take you out. Man, if we had the Oblivion on you as well, would be kind of nice. Okay. Nice one. Very, very nice one. I kind of have to... Oh, yes. I'm not sure if I would have killed, but yo, we're already done. 4 matches, boys. 4 matches. We are Punisher 1 Warlords in under 50 matches. We are ranked 23,000 on an account that is only provided on the gameplay daytime for 22 days. And I will probably never win a match in P1 ever again, except against those guys that I just won against. But yeah, that went a little bit faster than expected, close to 80 win rate. That's insane though, that is actually insane. 400 points for that, not bad. Yeah, I'm done with RTA on this account until the next season starts, which is in more than a month and a half. I am definitely not going to be that guy that says like, I can get P2 on this account. No, from this point on, it gets a lot harder because the people I just fought already donated 150 points to the pile because they made it to P1 and then couldn't win anymore. What's the goal next season? It kind of depends how the account progresses and what kind of units I pull. But for now, I'm just gonna leave this P1. Also, funny thing is, if you play more than this, you are just gonna drop in rank. Because in the end, I am higher ranked than these 2 guys because they actually dropped points. I'm just gonna stay at 1,000 points and call it. Also, let's just like review the units that I used and how I used them. Because I will also use that for the video later. Artifacts-wise, I tried to do some additional damage by speeds, but they're really not that crazy. Was using this Schumer, was a little bit disappointed for the damage output he had, but was used in some matches. I definitely would say this Kinky, you've seen it in a few matches, that free Kinky was definitely MVP. This free Layla was very MVP for me. Free Vert was used a bit, but I think I could almost... Well, he has decent HP though, but I could make a similar build. Free Chow is pretty mediocre on the stats, but can be used here and there. Same for this, same for the Chiwu, and same for the Tetra. So definitely add in all of those free units. Of course, I had my tricks. Pretty high accuracy, which is really recommended out there. And then additional damage. Well, this one had some minus stuff, and then additional damage stuff. And then this pair, and these are the runes. Also, some of them not really fully grinded yet. Amber, super MVP, absolutely goated unit. Doesn't need as much accuracy as she is already doing damage from the debuffs on the other units. And still miss this one skill up, but I'm actually not sure if this improves the damage that comes from here. Would have to test that maybe. And for runes, these are the runes where I'm also still missing a few grinds, which I have been doing a fair bit of R5 and actually am on the full storage of how many grinds I can hold right now, so I should be putting more grinds. Purion, definitely an MVP, not even level 50 yet, doesn't even have the, or level 40 yet, doesn't have the relic because of that. Does have a weird accuracy build, but that's mainly just because this is my fastest rune, and that is my fastest rune that I have on these two. And then these two, I have a luck sacked a double quarter over there, and then just the runes over there. This kind of set you could actually make if you just have like 23 average, but having the +5s definitely does help out as well. And I do know for a lot of people, you're sitting on +5s and you're just not using them on jack shit. Start using them. Like if it's like 22, 23 plus, just use that shit, who cares? Daniel we had actually barely used. Tetsuya we had once, or well actually picked it once, was banned out. Vermos, definitely recommended to have. Don't worry, it's not violent, it's just, you just need the stats. You just need to be there, that's kind of the thing. And then the Raccoon was also drafted once or twice. So that's about it. Main MVPs, I would say Purion, the Amber Tricks, and then the Tarnisha. Those were definitely very, very strong picks. Layla OP at the moment, I don't know if you could get P1 without her and Tricks. Could be, could be. But yes, was it elevated by having OP units rather than good runes? 100%. Because these units work very well in the early game. Because in the early game, it's hard to get damage. It is very easy with an Amber, though. That definitely does help out. If you start bruising in the early game, it's definitely a bit harder. And yeah, the speed contesting kind of did work out because this 207 set right there. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.